Hi everyone, and welcome to Stamp with Angela. I'm Angela Palmer, and I'm excited to be here with you today to share some ideas with you to help you with your card making, stamping, and paper crafting. So I hope today's card and ideas inspire you. Sorry that I'm a little bit late, technical issues here. Usually the camera I am using is not being accepted and I couldn't use it, so I'm just using the camera on the computer today. So hopefully sound is good and you can see me now, and we will be able to get started. So today's card I have called it some texture and tearing, so something a little bit different. And I'm actually casing this card. I received a card with this particular layout for Christmas, and I thought, oh, that's quite a cool idea. So let me see how I can use that with some other papers and things and put a card together. And it's not too hard to do, so I thought it'd be a great one to share with you. So the last couple of weeks I've been doing some other things. A couple of weeks ago I shared the paper bouquet, which is a cool, if you like a bouquet of flowers that don't wilt and you need to keep watering, then the paper flowers are great. And then last week I shared scrapbooking. So this week we're back to card making. So if you tend to follow me and it's more cards, then that's what we're doing today. But it's nice to change it out a little bit and try some other things too. And if you missed those other recordings, you can watch them on Facebook for a little bit longer, and otherwise they're on YouTube under my lives. All right, awesome. So thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you being here. If you're watching the recording, you may comment and things as well, and I will comment later on or answer any questions. Also, if you are on YouTube, if you haven't, feel free to subscribe to my channel, then you'll get updated when other times I go live and things like that too. But otherwise, I'm here each Thursday at 1:30 p.m. All right, so let's have a look at the card I received, and then I'll show you what I'm going to make today. So here we go. So this card here was made by a team member. She gave it to me for Christmas. Sorry, just having to adjust something here. And it's a very cool Christmas card. And I thought, wow, we could use this and we could create other cards for all sorts of occasions. So this one here has got some DSP. Don't know if you can see a bit of texture embossing there. Some stamping on a die cut and then ribbon, and we could add, more embellishments if we wanted to as well. But it's a very cool card. So I'll show you what I've created, and then we're going to make one together, and I can show you how I made it. All right, so this is my card. Do you recognize the papers at all, or the color? Anyone know what color this is? One of the in colors. Let's see if we've got any answers. I need to actually bring up my comments so I can see comments. There we go. So if you are watching today, say hi. Let me know where you're from. Be nice to know who's joining us today. Even if you're watching the recording, you can let us know that you're watching too. So that's my card. So let me put them side by side so you can kind of see the similarities and the differences. So for this card, we've got some designer series paper in the back. We've textured and embossed this. Her piece is a little bit bigger than mine, but trial and error, we can have a play with that. I've used the same banner dies and some ribbon. I've just added some embellishments as well. So this was Tracy. So thank you, Tracy. Hopefully that muted. I just had to cough. Hopefully you didn't hear that. So Tracy, I love the card that you sent. Clever idea, and so I'm going to case it today, and maybe you can case it as well with your own creations. All right, so my earlier questions. This paper is the Floral Impressions. It's part of the Impressions of Bloom suite or bundle, whatever that's on online exclusives. So if you've been following me on Facebook or my videos or whatever, you will see I've used this suite quite a lot. Not so much the papers, but definitely the stamps and dies. Loved it. I got to use it on stage, and I've been using it a lot since. So you won't see it in the catalogue, but if you look online, you will see it there. Yes. So what I'll do is I'll show you how we made it. So I'm just going to show you the Impressions of Bloom papers so you can see what they're like. So we've got this one here with the big flowers. This one is more leaves and greens. Then we've got this one here, which is what I've used on my card, if you'll see, because I liked it because it had a mix of colours. Then we've got this one, which is quite cool. It sort of changes the colour from the strawberry slush, the timid tiger, to the darling duckling, to greens, to blues, and that one as well. I can't remember what all the colours are, but that's cool. What else? Oh, and this one here with the smaller pattern. If we turn it over, you'll see that it's more like one colour, like garden green, pool party, fresh freesia, darling duckling, strawberry slush. And am I missing one? There should be more designs. Where are they? Oh no, 1, 2. Here it is. No, that's the cardboard. 1, 2. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, here it is. It's hiding down. And that's another one with the greens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the last one, 6. Oops. Yeah. So there you can see the different papers. So they're quite cool as well. Or obviously the big flowery ones on this side. So these are one of the papers that are part of my paper share. And you would get a 1/4 share of that, which means cut in half a 6 by 12. All right, let's get on to making today's card. You might want to know how I made it. Looks fairly straightforward. So I have my card base. I've just gone with, if you've got thick basic white, which is good. Then I've got 2 strips, well, hopefully I've got 2 strips of my, here it is, designer series paper. So this time I'm going with this flower here. So I'm making it the same width of my card. I mean, you could have a whole piece, and I could, but you know, you don't want to waste it. So I've cut it, and then we've got a piece in the middle. So this here, I've made this 7 centimeters, again the full length of the card, and I have embossed that with the exposed brick embossing folder. So that's been around for a while. Still use it lots. I just felt another favorite at the moment is the Forever Plaid, but I didn't feel that quite worked with this. So there is a new flowery one out, but I don't have that one yet. So we're going with this. I've used these stylish shapes dies. I've used the banner die, which is the same as what Tracy used on that one there. But, you know, you could use other shapes. And then some ribbon. So this is the timid tiger. So on this card, I'm going to use some of the darling duckling. Is that darling duckling? Let me have a look at the colours on the back. And I'm sure darling duckling is included. Yes, it is. The colours, oh, there's also crushed curry. So that's why it's looking a little bit of a darker yellow in there as well. So on the back here, it tells you all the colours that are used. So it does include darling duckling, crushed curry, fresh freesia, garden green, misty moonlight, old olive, peach pie, pecan pie, pool party, pretty in pink, and strawberry slush. So some of the in colours. So always look for that so you know what's included. So I thought I'd go with the yellow because, you know, even though it's a little bit of crushed curry. Okay, so quite simple to make. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to adhere these like so. Now I've done it with a bit of a border top and bottom, which is what Tracy did too. So Tracy, I do appreciate your creation, and I don't know if it's Tracy's original idea or whether she's cased it, but it's a great one. Okay, I like glue because it's quick and easy, like so. All right, so remember we're not going to see the bit in the middle. With the glue, I've got a chance just to slide down. So a little gap top and bottom. All right, so no comments so far yet. If you are here, let me know you're here. Appreciate you here. Or even if you're watching on the recording, you can let me know too. So now we're going to put this here, but we want to tear it. So we don't want it straight. We want it a bit up and down. So mine was a bit narrow in the middle. I probably, if anything, this is maybe, yeah, a bit more up like that. So I'm probably going to need to go a little bit wider than what I did. We'll just try and see. Now, if I rip towards me, I want that sort of ripped pattern. Gonna have to come in a bit to go. So we're gonna kind of go down and then come up a bit, up and then come down a bit, just to make it a bit more interesting. I'm just doing little tears just to kind of keep it controlled. Up again, maybe come down again. I've got no idea what this is going to look like, but we'll see. All right, that looks quite cool too. All right, the other way. So we're gonna let's start in a bit. So tearing it up and down, up. I guess if I wanted it wider, I could have started off with a slightly wider piece as well. Then I could have a bit more of a difference. Who knows? It's a bit of a lump there, but we'll see how that looks. Okay, I'm not so keen on that bit slightly. Let's just try it with our banner. Oh, here's one I tried earlier with the browns. Not quite sure if I'll go with that. I might just see if I can just adjust that slightly. So it's not, there we go. That feels a bit better. All right, so that's what I've done. Okay, so I'm relatively happy with that. So that piece was just 7 centimeters wide, but maybe to make it a bit easier next time, I might make it a little bit wider. Then I've got more room to sort of go wider up and down. So that would probably be my advice. All right, so we've got thank you. So this is the banner. So this is the largest banner in the stylish shapes. I love the way it gives the little bit of the dotted stitching look around it. I've just kept it simple, and used the Simply Said for my sentiment. So there's a happy birthday, which I did on there. This one's a thank you. So let's get your opinion. We could do thank you in the pecan pie. Some pecan pie ribbon might look nice, but I don't have that handy. I do have the Darling Duckling. So I'm going to stamp this, and you can tell me what you like. Usually I'd stamp first and then cut, but for the sake of doing this live and that kind of thing. So, and then we're going to put this on. I'm trying to think if I've actually got some pecan pie ribbon I could put on. But we'll go with this and see how it looks. All right, so just trimming some of this. Okay, your advice, please. Oh, Jocelyn loves the yellow. Yes, it is quite cool, eh? Yellow ribbon or yellow generally or what? So that is a little bit lighter than that, but it just sort of brings out the yellow. So that's what that looks like with the yellow. Thank you. Can I see there? And if I did it with the pecan pie in the yellow, what do you think? All right, I need advice. Do we go with pecan pie for the sentiment, or do we go with the yellow for the sentiment? Yeah. Thoughts? No comments so far. So if you're watching the recording, you won't get a chance to say, but you know, you get to sort of play around and things yourself and come up with things. So I challenge you to find some designer serial paper that you've got. If you've got an embossing folder, pecan pie. Okay, yep, I think I tend to agree. All right, now probably the hardest part about this card, believe it or not, was putting the ribbon on. So I think I'm just sliding my chair if you can hear that noise. So I think the best way to do it is like so. Let's go with the pecan pie. It does. So I'm going to put a bit of tape down first. Trial and error. And I'm going to have another piece of tape ready to go. I guess I could use glue dots as well. All right. So I'm going to put that down like that. Bend that back. Line it up. See how much I've got showing. That's, oh, it's on the yellow one. That's the wrong one. Okay, take 2. We'll try again. Put some tape on this one. Now, if I go over, it's all right. We can just roll it back. So tape that down like so. Bend it a bit longer, I think. About like that. And then I'm going to tape that down. Might need another piece just to hold it where I want it. Like I say, this is the most fiddly part. But overall, it's not a hard card to make. There we go. Crisscross. Pecan pie. Oh, others think pecan pie too. Cool. Yeah, I wish I had pecan pie ribbon, but we'll go with what I've got. Maybe it adds a nice contrast. Okay. So then I'm going to put that down. So Jocelyn, Wendy, thank you for joining me. Linda as well. Awesome. Oops. Throwing it away. So now we've got to try and get it around about the same on each end. Can you see one? I think that's pretty good. We're going to tape that down. Okay, cool. All right, so lots of people did say pecan pie, so that's good. All right, let's grab some dimensionals to put on the back. And then we just got to add some embellishments, and that's it. So a pretty easy card, really. Great way to show off some designer series paper that's not sticking. Neither is that. Okay. Let's pull these layers off because that's smooth. Now it should grip to that because it's sticky there. Here we go. Okay, sticky, sticky, sticky. Okay. So maybe I'll have a play around, see if I've got other ribbon later. I had a class today, so it was a little bit rushed after the class to try and just get everything ready. There we go. So now we've got the yellow which comes through there. But I think we need to add some embellishments. So let's have a look at this. All right. Cool. Right, looking at the comments. Oh, dear Linda hasn't had power for a little bit. That's no good. Glad your power's back on now. Great. Okay. So I guess we'll go with the yellow because that's kind of tied in with what we've got. And maybe a middle-sized one over here. Then that, whoops. Okay. There we go. So a nice simple card. You could just leave the inside blank. This one I actually put orange, and then I was going to put a white piece over that, like so. No, it needs cutting down. The reason being, when I made this one, I actually had to use standard size basic white because the thick has been on back order for a while. I finally managed to order some. But I was running out. I did manage one piece here for this one, but this one. So by adding a layer and then a white piece, that will make it a bit more sturdy. So that's cool. All right, what do you think? Do you like that? Yeah, so that was my original Christmas. So you can see it looks quite different. But, you know, greens and golds, and the style is the same. And then this is with other papers. So imagine what you could do with, you know, whatever papers you've got. So pretty simple idea, basically. Cut strips of designer series paper. I think, I don't know, they were 4 or 5 centimeters. No, it'll be less than 5, maybe 4 centimeters. This was 7, but maybe I'd make it a bit more wider so I can rip a bit more easily. This one is a bit narrow, but then I get to see more of the paper. So, you know, there's advantages and disadvantages of, you know, different things. So these are a couple of the in colors. So the Darling Duckling and the Timid Tiger. The other ones are here, Strawberry Slush, Cloud, what is it called? Cloud Cover, and then Secret Sea. So that is really cool. So for those that are taking part in my In Color Club, you're going to get ribbons and pearls and cardstock and things in those colors, which is great. You can still sign up for my paper share. I'm just going to do a quick showing you of some of the papers so you can see. So obviously I showed you before this Impressions of Bloom. So that is one of them that is part of it. This one is very cool. It is a 6x6, and I think it's called Beautiful Gallery. So there's like, so you get 4 of each. So you'd get one of every one of these. Some are scenes, patterns. Don't want to go too fast. That's cool. So you could, you know, put that in a frame on its own. You can cut it in half and make it on a card front. A variety of images here. And then the back are quite different. Oh, that's cool. With boats and things. Leaves, flowers, and another scene. If you look at the other side, it's not a picture. It's just more patterns and things that you could use. So this is one, and then the other one is the boho hives, which is like sort of rainbows and arches kind of shapes, but I've left that one in the other room, but I can show you some of the 12 by 12s. That's slightly more of a scene. Looks like Lost Lagoon. I don't actually know all the colours in here, but anyway, maybe more pecan pie. Oh, here we go. There's all the colours. Basic beige, basic black, basic grey, calypso coral, cloud cover, early espresso, crumb cake, grey, Lost Lagoon, mossy meadow, peach pie, pecan pie, secret sea, and smoky slate. So more of your kind of neutral colours. All right. So there is another 6 by 6 that you would get with the paper share. So the people that have already signed up a while ago, this is your paper share here now. And my job this weekend in between classes, oh, I have got the boho vibes, is cutting these up and getting them ready to send. So the other 6 by 6 paper is this one here, so quite different. I'm just not gonna go through quite so much detail. I'll sort of flick through so you can kind of see patterns and curves and things like that. I think this one might only have 8 patterns, so you'd get a slight double up. Okay, and the other side is more patterns. I'll just fan it out so you can see. So those colours are more, what is it, secret sea and maybe petal pink and a bit of mossy meadow, that kind of thing, cloud cover. So that is cool. All right, if you're into kids cards or turtles and things, we've got this one here. And there is a stamp set that goes with this. A barbecue. Someone's into barbecuing. Barbecuing in a, well, not barbecuing. Oh, there's a barbecuing there. This one has got little scenes and things, so I'd have to cut it in half somehow, share that out. Okay. The other side is completely different. If you're not into turtles, then you've got other colours and patterns. This has got music on it, this one here, which is Crush Curry, I believe. Yeah. Stripes. So no one would ever know it had turtles on the Whoops, not sure why my camera turned off. We back? Yes. Uh-oh. Okay, hopefully that didn't happen for too long. All right, so even flowers, colours, fruit, cherries, that kind of thing, flowers. And the other side is, so one side's quite pattern, the other side is more 1 or 2 colours. All right. Then we've got some very cool foil. The flower garden foils, which I think are online exclusives, but it's slightly textured. I don't know if you can see this, but it's not just silver, it's textured. Can you see that? And that's a beautiful color. And I think there's one more. Darker. There we go. Isn't that cool? So you just get, oh, there's 2 patterns. Aha. There's that one too. Different patterns. Now I have to work out. So I think you'd get that as a 6 by 6 because you have to get a share somehow. All right. This is the Florals in Bloom, which go with the Pretty Florals stamp set. So more flowers if you like flowers. I'm just going to sort of So quite busy patterns, you know, but obviously I love this one. Can you see those? And then if I flip them over, you've got your more neutral colors. Again, some in colors. There's another one hiding there, strawberry slash secret sea cloud cover. So remember, take part in my paper share. You don't have to buy the whole packs. You get a quarter share in each of these. Let's save that one for last. This one here is Irresistible Designs. So it's white, but it is textured. So you could color. I don't know if you can see. It's like it's embossed resist. It's got flowers on it. That's got some different shapes. That one's got leaves on it. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's kind of like the embossed resist technique. So if you sponged over it, whatever color you like, that would show through. And lucky last, I hope I haven't left any out. Excuse the noise. This is the kintsugi, which is when the gold is put in the cracks of broken crockery and stuff. And yeah, so it's got lots of gold in it. So this is specialty paper because one side has got gold. The other side is more neutrals, petal pink, I think, and Misty Moonlight, Lost Lagoon, that kind of thing. All right. So thank you to those that have signed up for my paper share. You've got, as I work on cutting all these over the weekend, hopefully with the help of my husband. I do the cutting. He can help doing the putting it together. And then anyone that's still signing up this week, I will order another lot. Whew, there we go. Any questions about the paper share? All right. So just to finish off, so this is the annual catalogue. If you don't have a copy of it yet and you don't have a demonstrator, please reach out to me. I'll happily send you one. I have sent them out to most of my customers. If you haven't got one yet, reach out to me. I did have one returned because the address wasn't right, so I need to find out what happened there. And the other thing for May, just over a week left of the joining offer. If you join in May, you get even more for your starter kit. So joining Stamping Up is open to anyone, whether you want to do just for yourself as a hobby, whether you want to do it as a business like me. You can just buy your own supplies. You could run classes if you want. You don't have to run classes if you don't want to. Totally up to you, as long as you meet your minimums, which is about 550 retail every 3 months. You can do it on one order, or a little bit every month. Do sort of $150 each month or something like that. Is that enough? 300, 450? Not quite. I don't know. Anyway, so you can spread it out or do one bigger order, and you may get orders from others, which will help you meet your minimums too. Particularly if you, show kits and things, or even do a little class with kits. I did that recently and that was lots of fun. So join my team. You get to be part of my team. We do a monthly Zoom. You can watch it live or watch the recording. A team Facebook group and team swaps like cards and things. And I'll share that on our team's page soon. Yeah, and obviously there's Stamping Up events that you can go to. There's getting to see stuff early. You can pre-order, and there's Stamping Up events you can go to as well. So lots of perks. I've got people in my team from all over New Zealand, so you don't have to be local to me. You can be, wherever. So the good thing about joining is if you join in May, it's still $189 to join, and that includes free shipping as well, which is awesome. Plus, they'll send you some catalogs, so you can give that out to people. And you get $361 worth of products that you get to choose. Look in the catalog online what you want to choose. I can help you choose your kit. So that is an amazing deal. So you're getting 40% more than what you would normally do if you wait and sign up next month. So now's the month to join. I love my team and everyone in it, and we all do it for different reasons, and we're there to support each other, and I'm would be excited to help you too. So let me know if you've got any questions. All right. So thank you for being here today, whether you're watching this live or the recording. I do appreciate it. Remember to reach out to me if you're interested in the paper share. If you want to see the papers and you've got a catalogue, she says, have a look on page 116 onwards. Look for the ones that have got the N. That means new. N. If there's no N, they're not new. They're not in my paper share. Okay. So the ones that have got the new on it will be included. There's information on my blog as well. I have not included the, even though they're new, not the in colors, because they are part of the in color club, and also the other colors as well, just the pattern ones. Okay, so reach out to me if you've got any questions, whether you want to paper share, order, or join, let me know. All right, let's just quickly come back to me with the not so good camera. All right, so thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. Why don't you give the card we made today a go? I'll just share what that is again. I'm going to flick back again. So this was our card case that Tracy made. Thank you, Tracy. And these were the two cards that I made. Whoops, we can't see that. Using that idea. So DSP, texture, and then a sentiment, some embellishments. Away you go. Nice and easy. All right, so thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks so much. Reach out to me if I can be of any help, and we'll see you again soon.